Well, this is a different vid. I don't usually do vids like this, but I thought might as well. It's a get to know you vid. I've had so many questions inbox me on Facebook, and a couple of friends wanted to know a lot of stuff about me. Um, so I'm going to give this a go. These are honest, straight out answers. No bullshitting, no bending the truth. Sorry about that. Hopefully the mic picks up because I'm not too sure. Otherwise, just turn the volume up. Maybe I just get this a bit closer. There we go. And I know this camera's on an angle because I can't be fucked. Like, it just doesn't want to stay in one spot. There we go. So anyway, first question people want to ask me is, what's my favourite sports team? Obviously, it's Juventus. Yes, I follow them in the Italian Soccer League. Been following them for 10 plus years, I'd say. Why do I support Juventus more than any other team? My background's Italian, and I've always watched Italy especially, playing the soccer, and the great players from Italy played for Juventus, and I was like, oh yeah, I like Buffon, I like Andrea Pirlo, Bonucci, Cavallini, and they made me fall in love with Juventus, and I've been a Juventus fan for a long time now, and I just love them. My second team in the soccer would be Florentino. I just like the story of the whole underdog sort of thing. And in the Aussie rules football here in Australia, I like the Essendon Football Club. I've loved them since I was a little kid. And recently, since day one, become a Giants supporter because they were the underdogs. The coach of Essendon coached the Giants in their first year, and the Giants are a sort of team where they always lost by like 50 to 80 points a week. They were, a team that, were just sitting on the bottom of the ladder, and I always supported them. And to see the last few years them make the finals the last 3 years, that's pretty fucking good effort. The next question is, oh no, I do go for Manchester United in the soccer too. Just thought I'd mention it. Favourite sporting star of all time? I would have to say, going back to that last question, it'd have to be Wayne Rooney. There's something about him that I really like. I've always loved Wayne Rooney. I still think to this day he's one of my favourite soccer players of all time. So, I'd say he's my favourite athlete of all time. Though growing up, I always liked Michael Schumacher and the Formula One racing. I always liked the Adelaide Crows player Tony Modra that used to play. A big fan of him. What are your hobbies? Well, I love playing Pokemon. Playing it right now. I'm actually in Spain at the moment. So I like playing Pokemon. I love wrestling, whether it's video games. I love wrestling. I watched a wrestling show probably every night. Like there's WE, there's Impact Wrestling, there's Ring of Honor, there's NWA, there's MLW, there's New Japan. I think there's another company I watch too, but I can't remember at the top of my head. So yeah, I love the wrestling. I like Pokemon. I love listening to music. I love dancing. I like making YouTube vids. Yeah, that's a little bit about me. What is your favourite drink? Energy drinks. I love Mother's would be my number one. Red Bull would be number two. As for normal drinks, my favourite of all time is Dr Pepper Cherry. I just love fucking Dr Pepper Cherry. That's my go-to drink. As for alcohol, I don't really drink that much alcohol. I would have to say Bailey's would be with milk on the ice would be one of my favourites. Obviously I like Jim Beam and Coke, Jack and Coke. Not really much of a drinker. Next question. Do you drink, smoke, or do drugs? Oh well, that just goes back to that last question. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke at all. Obviously there was rumours last year of me doing drugs, but it was complete bullshit. I don't even like associating with people that do drugs because I don't want to be in that sort of environment. Um, yeah, just just yeah, I just don't do drugs, and I only started drinking uh a lot more last year because of. Sorry, I'm just doing something. I'm trying to do something on the side. Fuck you. I tried to escape reality last year, and drinking was pretty much the only option for that. But it started to make me like more depressed than what I was. So I was like, nah, I don't want to drink anymore. Um, yeah. Favorite music. Oh, might shock some people. I'm a big fan of like the old stuff. I love my Elvis. I love Frank Sinatra. I love the 70s, 80s. I love that sort of music. I love country music. Country is my number one genre. I love country because every song means something if you listen to the lyrics. My favorite singers are Carrie Underwood. I love her. She's a gorgeous lady. Brad Paisley. I love him. Alan Jackson. Um, those are Trace Adkins. I like a bit of Keith Urban. Um, I like most country singers. There's just not one country singer I don't like because I'm a big fan of country. Um, Favorite band is Insane Clown Posse. Total different genre, but I love the Insane Clown Posse. Always have, always will. I like Boondocks, Twisted, ABK, um, Big Hoodoo, Kid Crusher. I like him. He's a local Adelaide boy. I'm a really big fan of him because you know it's good to see some local talent make it, and that's what I've always liked. Um, yeah. Favorite movie of all time? Oh, that's tough. You see, I love the Labyrinth movie with David Bowie. I love Labyrinth because if you know what it's about, you'll think, okay, it's kind of like a bit like Andre's life. I do like the Labyrinth. That's one of my favorite movies. I like Basketball. The creators of South Park. That movie is just so funny. It's just some of the one-liners in there. It's just an awesome movie. So Basketball and Labyrinth, I'd say. I do like Titanic. My third favorite movie of all time would have to be another DiCaprio movie, Romeo and Juliet, because I know what it's like to be in a relationship where parents do not like who their kids are dating, and I know that from dating someone previously, it was always a struggle to be with the person you love, but also have to deal with the family. So Romeo and Juliet was one of them where I'd have to say means a lot to me. Favorite actor. Favorite actor. That's a tough one. I would have to say DiCaprio and Johnny Depp would be my favorite actors. Though I do like Stephen Amell from The Arrow. I love David Boreanaz from Angel and shows like Bones. James Masters, Spike. I have to say I am a big fan because I met him. I met Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But also I met my idol Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. Um, he is amazing. I'd have to say like he's one of my favorites. I would love to get a photo with like the cast of Buffy, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, David Boreanaz. I was big on those sort of things. Like growing up, those were my shows that I used to watch. Angel, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, X Files. Oh, Gillian Anderson at her age, ooh, baby. Um, and going back to actors and actresses that I like, Angelina Jolie. Ooh, easy tiger. Though going back to one of my singers that I like is also Taylor Momsen, which is also an actress. She was in Gossip Girl. She was in the Grinch movie as well. Taylor Momsen is pretty much my ideal girlfriend. I'm just in love with her. She's so beautiful, skinny. I would pretty much. Uh-oh. Install. I hope that doesn't actually install. Um, Favorite YouTuber. I have to go for local talent. A guy called Pro Planty, Matthew Plant. He does a Pokemon Go YouTube channel, and I think that would have to be my favorite YouTuber because he's a local, and I'm in some of his vids, and I became friends with him, and I really got to know him. He's been through dark sides, I've been through dark sides, and we've both been there for each other, and I'm happy to call him a friend. As for other stuff on YouTube I watch anything. Like, I watch a lot of like Gordon Ramsay and stuff, and like wrestling review channels, and a lot of Pokemon channels and stuff. But I'm mostly I think my mate's probably the number one that I watch the most. The next one is, who's been your best girlfriend ever? Now, take this for a grain of salt because I'm being honest here. My best girlfriend ever was my best fiance ever of 6 years. I think she was the one that she was the best, and there's nothing to say negative about her. She was the best looking. She was the best for the biggest heart. She was the most beautiful, and I would have to say that the only reason why it didn't work, and if I'm being honest, because this was one of the other questions, why didn't it work? I don't blame her, and I don't blame myself, because we had to put up with a lot from her family, and I think at the end of the day, if her family wasn't involved, we'd still be together to this day. I think that what they did to her in my head was just disgusting, and I blame them for our relationship ending, because they sent us pretty much insane. It's not her fault, it's not my fault, but I would have to say that I would blame her family for what happened to us. And then there's a follow-up question. Do you still love her? Yes, of course. I'm not gonna just like come on and sugarcoat it. Yes, I do. I think it was a shame that what happened between us. I think that, if family didn't get involved, we could have worked things out. I think we needed to be more honest to each other. I think that we both needed help, and we should have both went and got help together. I've learnt that over this year, where not one person was to blame, because I think that a relationship is two people, and if one can't work it out, then both can't work it out. And if both parties can't ignore what others are saying, then yeah, it's not a good thing. But no, like I said, I love her with all my heart. I care about her a lot. I still do. I'm allowed to. You know, I've loved her for 11 years, going on 12 actually. And what I've learnt in this time is, yes, she's moved on with someone. Do I believe it's anything? No. The fact that, he has open on his profile that he's in a relationship with her, but on hers, there's no relationship info. People ask me to this day, what if she came back and asked you to forgive her? Yes, I'd forgive her. I was a problem too in the relationship, so was she, but I would say, I forgive her. I'm willing to be friends with her again. I'm willing to let her back in here, and she knows that any time of day or night, 24/7, all she has to do is message me on Facebook, message me on my phone, and I'll come see her. Like that. It doesn't matter if I'm sick. It doesn't matter if I'm absolutely dead tired. I would just go and see her, because that's what a relationship's about. That's what love is about. That's what a friendship's about. Next question. What is your ideal perfect girl? Perfect girl. That's a tough one. It was pretty much like my ex. My ex didn't drink so much. She didn't smoke. She didn't do drugs. The perfect girl would be, like I said, doesn't do drugs, doesn't smoke, is faithful, doesn't cheat, um, tries her hardest to love me for who I am and not what I have. Um, and that's what my ex had. Like, she accepted me not because of what I had and what I don't have. I mean, I think the first month I didn't even have a license, so it was pretty much like us getting driven around and picked up. And she was a sweetheart when she, took a bus and a train just to see me. So I have to respect that. Um, a girl would have to respect me because, look, yes, I have a mohawk. Yes, I do understand that. It's not like a permanent thing, but I'm doing it now because I don't have a girlfriend and I don't need to impress somebody. It's me. Um, I'm not ashamed of my looks because I look quite good for my age, and I'm happy about that. So the perfect girl would have to be faithful, doesn't do drugs. If she smokes, then hopefully it's just normal cigarettes. If it's marijuana, I don't want to kiss someone with cigarette breath. Um, it doesn't matter if the girl is skinny or big because I've dated both. And in fact, my ex was double the size of me, and I still loved her the same as I love anyone else. Uh, Someone said, "What happens when it comes to sex?" I know it's gonna be weird coming from me, but I don't think sex is everything. Like, I did hook up with 8 different girls last year when I was going for a dark place, and what I learned in those times is some of them were, you know, all right, I suppose, when it came to sex, but one of them was just mind blowing. But it doesn't change anything. It doesn't make me feel any better. Sure, it's nice for like a couple of days. You can go brag to your mates, hey, I hooked up with, but it's not everything. Don't get me wrong. I can live without it. But I'd miss it. I suppose it comes down to what I miss the most is just having someone lie in my arms and just watch a movie next to me. I guess that's the one thing I want right now. It's just, even if it's just a friend comes over and says, look, I'll lie next to you. You can be in my arms and we'll just cuddle and watch a movie. That's all I really want right now. I don't need kissing or sex or anything. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't probably say not, but I am quite content with just, watching a movie with someone and cuddling up. But unfortunately, here where I live, the wrong sort of girls are attached to me. Like, I don't know how. My friend said, "How do you pick these girls? How do you pick these ones that are users or druggies or bad for you?" And my response is, I guess I'm just too nice. I've become vulnerable since my breakup, which to this day I'm not going to say it's a breakup until I hear it from my ex's mouth, face to face. So that's how I live life. I suppose that, and I've said this before, if I want a cuddle buddy, I've got that. If I want someone to come over and do stuff with, I got that. If I just want a friend just to chat to and hang out with, I've got that too. But what I don't have is someone to share my life with, someone to, go out and go to the movies, or go to the beach and have a dinner date, or go to another state. That's what I miss because I'm a sort of person that likes to go out and have fun. And since me and my ex separated for a bit, I haven't had that motivation to like go, hey, you want to come out, and because a lot of my friends that are single, that are not in relationships, I'm not their type, or I'm just not enough for them. It doesn't matter what I look like. It doesn't matter what I have or don't have. They go for the wrong sort of guys. I'm lucky to have a Valentine's date coming up. Unless she bails on me. But it's nothing that everyone's going to be like, cool, Andre's got a Valentine's date. I've got a Valentine's Date with a beautiful friend, and it's only going to be a friend. It will not develop into anything more, and there's not going to be a kiss, there's not going to be sex. It's just two friends sharing the day together, and that's what I've always wanted. And I have a backup just in case it doesn't work, but then again, I don't know if that backup knows it. um, it's okay to be single, it's okay to be alone, but for people like me that have borderline personality disorder, when you're depressed, it's times 10. It's, you feel shit about yourself, you feel, just like everything's going wrong in your life. Now, people have asked me in the chat just below there, what's it like, with all your health problems. Look, I didn't choose to be born deaf in my right ear. I didn't choose that. I didn't know I was deaf for a very long time. And then I lost my kidney at a young age. And then recently, I had to self-catheterize. It's not things that I'm proud of. It's just, it seems the worse, the more I get old and the more, birthdays come and go. Like this month I've got a birthday coming up, and it's really the first time where I've actually been single for my birthday. I didn't count last year because, like, with all the court stuff and, my mind wasn't on it. I guess if I had one wish right now, it's just someone to say, look, I know who you are now, Andre. I'll give you a go. I can't promise you it'll be a good relationship. I can't promise you it'll be a relationship. But we can go on a few dates. We can hook up and see what happens. I would love that. I thought I just heard something. Hang on. Could have been a fox outside, but I thought I just heard something. But then again, if it was, the dog would have gone off. Next question. I'm trying to speed through it because I got a lot of questions here. Whatever happened to your first love? Miss Bell. I don't know. I haven't seen her on her Facebook for a while. I know she had a beautiful daughter, and I know that the father, whether it's me, or the other guy that she was with, I think they broke up. So I read his Facebook. He was single, and he looks like a bit of a loose cannon. He looks like a bit of a gym junkie. He seems to be a bit schizo, and I can kind of see why my ex would have dumped him. I could kind of see it. Like I know that judging by his posts, what he used to post on Facebook, it was very dark, very scary. And if that was my partner posting that, I'd be fucking, what the fuck. But yeah, I don't know much. But, she'll always have a place in my heart. I wish her the best. If you guys don't know about that story, it's on my YouTube page. My First Love, I think, episode 1 of Story of My Life. Check it out. Self-plug. Next question. I'm reading every question. Do you have any animosity for your ex that what's currently going on? And okay, I can kind of gather what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, do I hate my partner and what she's doing to me right now? I don't blame 100% on her, because I think her family is the most problem in this situation. I think that if they weren't in the picture and we could live our own lives in our own house and do our own thing, our relationship would have been perfect. I think what I've always said to her is she needs to get out of the house and the area she's living in and live with me in our own house, away from parents, away from friends. That way we can do our own thing and be a good relationship. Have no one interfering, no one talking in our ears. I've always told her, the only way she's going to be happy in life is number one, she's got to get rid of the catalog job that she's got, because her family controls her through that. And she's got to go live on her own, not on her parents' place. She's got to learn to live by herself with her animals and be independent. and she's got to stop expecting them to drive her around and do things. That's the thing that is her problem. And I've told her this, and I think if she did that, she would be a better person, and I think that she would realize all the stuff I did for her over the 6 years meant something. Do you think she still hates you? Yes. I don't know if it's because of her parents or what she's been told about me, but I think she still hates me. Even though she asked our mutual friends to tell me, if she was to take me back, I had to do all this stuff. And I've done all that stuff for a year, become a better person, got help, become this really nice guy, and she doesn't even say thank you for it. I didn't do it for her. And that was the most important thing. Does she still love you? I don't know how you can stop loving someone after 6 years. I don't know how. Maybe deep down in her heart, yes, there's probably something there still for me. Quote one of her favourite actors from one of her favourite movies, Mrs. Doubtfire. If there's love, there's always a way. And if there's still some sort of love for me, she needs to do something about it. Because I think that this has dragged on too long. Do you think you're better than the guy she's currently dating? Yes. I honestly think that I am. In every way. I think from what I've seen on his Facebook, on his friends category, that I don't think he's been faithful, number one, to her. Number two, the sort of women that's on his friends list, some of them are druggies, some of them do marijuana, some of them do other stuff. As I can see by a couple of them, if I'm not sure if my ex knows what sort of friends he has, but I would be pretty pissed off if I was her and I saw some of the females that he's been adding recently. I know she would not be impressed. And I'm looking at a couple that could even be strippers. I just don't know if she sees his Facebook or who he's adding, but yeah, if that was me and I was dating her, I'd get my balls cut off. I think she really needs to start looking at his Facebook, because that friends list goes up a lot in the last few days. So I don't think he's been faithful to her, and as my friend said, he hasn't been faithful in the past to his previous relationships, and he's been violent to them too. So I don't see why she dates a guy that's a cheater, a liar, an abuser, and the fact that the guy has female friends that are, druggies and all that, I don't understand it. I think that, she should get the hell out of that relationship, because I just don't want her getting hurt, and I can see her getting into a lot of pain. I think if he doesn't love her, he should let her go, because she should come back into my arm and I will treat her good. I will be faithful to her. I will not lie to her. I will show her who I'm talking to on Facebook. I will not lie about who I'm adding, because I'm not sure how much she knows, and I'm quite terrified for her on that behalf. Does she still play Pokemon? Because you guys used to play Pokemon. Yes, she does. I've noticed. Hang on a minute. Yeah, she does. She still plays Pokemon. She changed her color from, because she used to play for red. Now she's blue. And I've noticed that the gym next to her place, it's always blue, but I don't know if her boyfriend plays it, but someone she knows and plays with adds at the same time as her, so I don't know if he plays, but what the hell is that? Next question. What do you want to do for your birthday? Birthday. What do I want to do for my birthday? I guess I wouldn't want to be alone. I'm just reading so much stuff here. So much stuff to read. I would like to spend it with her, if I'm being honest, because she owes me an apology. She needs to make peace, and I think that would be the best birthday present ever, just to hang out with her and spend some time with her, because I think there's a lot that needs to be talked about, and I think that we could help each other. What are your plans for the rest of the year? I've got to add more stuff to my house. I'm building a shed for my house, the property that I own. I am looking to put new carpet in, a shed, landscaping the backyard. So I'm going to put like pebbles and paths and trees and stuff. It's going to look really nice. Just depends on my tenants and how much I get from work. But yeah, a lot of stuff on my house that I own that I'm going to do. I know this room here, Mum and Dad want to paint and put in a new bed and cabinets, so they can do what they want to do. Are you planning of travelling this year? Yes, I do. Well, I need to, because I got like 400 credit on airlines, so I need to fly. I might go up to Sydney to see my friend and her partner, because, you know, she means the world to me. She's like my best friend. If my ex is back in the picture, I'm happily take her with me and pay for her airline so she can go see her father. So if you're watching, there's your present. Whenever you want it, you can take it, because I would like to do that for you. People have asked me about that. Alright. Someone asked me about a week ago this question, and I will tell them what I'm about to tell you guys. Someone asked me, if you could do one thing for your ex, what would it be? And that's the thing. I would happily get her and me out of Adelaide and take her to see her dad. She can go see her dad up in Sydney, and I can go see my friend up in Sydney. And yeah, I would be happily, as a friend, not a partner, as a friend, to pay her flights to go up there, because I will join her, because I think that family is the most important thing, and I think that it would be lovely for her and her dad to catch up this year, despite what her family says. I think that would be a very good idea. So I would pay for her airline up there, and I would go with her, because I'm still that same person that everyone knows me for. Have you changed since you broke up with your ex? Yeah, I'm definitely not the same person that she knows. I needed to get help. I needed to fix my anger problem. I needed to look at life a little bit differently. People say, did you change for her or did you change for yourself? Most of it was because of her. I didn't want to go through life being that person that she saw, that evil side of me, because I know that I shouldn't have let her family interfere. I shouldn't have let her family get to me. I guess that's what started the argument that day, because of what her mum wanted me to do. I guess that's, you know, the thing that drove me insane. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm a decent person now, so I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Would she be safe if she ever went back to you? Yeah, of course. Like, there's no anger in me. Fuck, even when my team loses, I don't even get angry. Well, unless we lose to like fucking Inter Milan. Fucking bastards. No, I know that I can be good to her again, but like I said, for her to grow up in life, she needs to move out of that area, get away from the family, and be on her own, and not live with anybody. Just be on her own and be an adult. Have her own place, and just her and her cats. That's what she needs. As for her job as catalogs, while she's doing that, she's going to be always under their skin, under their wings, and they will never let her grow up. So I think that she needs to stop that and start focusing on herself and being independent. I don't think that if she keeps continuing the way she is, and she's been like that for years, even before me, because the other ex that I've talked to said it, she needs to learn that she's not the problem in a relationship, and it's not me or the other guy. It's her family. It's always been her family. They're the ones that interfere in the relationship, and they're the ones that make it harder for her and whoever she's dating. And I think that couldn't put up with it, and I couldn't put up with it. Why is this guy suddenly going to put up with it? She does not act like an adult, not at all, but she needs to learn to stop judging others too. I always had this argument because she was always putting down other people, and I look at her life now and I go, she's not much different to the people she rubbished. She had everything with me. We went on movie dates every week. We went on lunch dates pretty much 3-4 times a week. We're going out to Melbourne, to Sydney. We had a really good relationship. You take away all the negatives, there was a lot of positives. And I think people need to realise that, when I was sick, she looked after me. When she was sick, I looked after her. And when I said, going back to a previous question, what makes a perfect girlfriend? One that doesn't ask for anything. One that accepts you for you and doesn't use you. The great thing about her was she never asked me for money. She never asked me to buy her anything. She treated me like a king and I treated her like a queen. And that's what a relationship's about. Okay, we should have been probably more honest to each other and being like, hey, I don't like you doing that, or maybe we should go see a counsellor. I think that would have helped, but I think the thing that ruined us was her family. And if it wasn't for them, we'd still be together today. Well, we've had fights before, but I think that last one could have been avoided. And we're both to blame mutually, but I think that, her family was just getting to me too much. And I think that's not fair in anyone's relationship, where if you're dating someone and their family is always interfering, how are you supposed to have a good relationship if that's, always going to happen? So, alright, there's only a few more questions. Thank fuck for that, because I'm getting very cold. I'm shivering my titties off here. What do your days mostly consist of? Not much has changed. I get up about 11:30. I help with the housework. I'm doing a little bit more lately because my parents are old. I hang out with the dog. I like my dog. It's very peaceful here, so I mostly stay here during the day. I barely drive during the day, only because I don't know, it's just too busy during the day, and when the sun's out, it's very hard to drive, and I'm not very good when it comes to day driving, because it's like I don't have anywhere to drive and I don't have anyone to see, so I might as well just stay home. And then most of the time I have enough afternoon sleep to recharge my batteries, and I stay up to like 4 or 5 in the morning watching Pokemon, playing Pokemon, Netflix. I've been watching some great shows on there. I can't believe how Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the new series, ended. Wow, wasn't expecting that. I talk to my friends on Facebook. I have some beautiful friends on there, so I talk to them mostly. But yeah, that's most of my days. I don't have I do have friends I hang out with sometimes, but yeah. In fact, there's one that I am very attracted to, and she's single, but I'm not in her league. I know that I'm not probably good enough to be her boyfriend, but it's okay because, you know, maybe one day, but I don't think it's going to be with her, but I like her a lot, and it's just good to have her in my life than not have her in my life. So yeah. Last question. Oh, and my dog's just come out here. I might just go talk to my dog in a minute. I don't want to answer that question. Do you really want her back? That's the tough fucking question, eh? Oh, oh! I just got a shiny. Okay, does it pick up? It's a Snowbird. Oh wow, that was just not expected. Yes, I do. I do want her back. I do want her in my arms. I do love her with all my heart, and I just hope that we can be friends at least one day, because I'd rather have her in my life than not have her at all. So yes, I love her. I love her lots, and I think that what happened was I've just locked my screen on my phone since that happened. I love her lots, and I would like at least a friendship, and I'd like to make peace, because that's the main thing. People will hate me for saying that, and believe me, I will get a lot of heat for that, but I don't give a fuck. I wonder how many checks that was. So thank you for watching. Now you know a little bit about me. I'm glad I got to open up and tell you exactly how I feel. Check out some of my YouTube vids. Four corners will show you which ones I want you to see. Check them out, and just be supportive of each other. So thank you all for watching. I got to bid you adieu, so goodbye and good night. Bang.